Really well out there today. What sort of turned the match around, do you think, in the second and third sets for her?
I think the nerves on my end started creeping in. You know, she played pretty steady. She made me work. You know, and because of the nerves, I think I was forcing my body into overdrive, and it started getting fatigued pretty quickly. And when I'm not moving, I can't hit my shots the way I want to. So I think that kind of happened, and a little sloppy, created some unforced errors, and she just kind of took it from there.
Was it overwhelming being on Armstrong for the first time and all that kind of attention?
Not too much, honestly, because the crowd was for me. That helps. I think when the roof closed, I couldn't gauge the toss on my serve, and also the nerves don't help either in that situation. So I went out and hit some serves after my match where my coach threw balls at me, threw them around me, just, you know, I can't have that. But, you know, a lot of positives to take from it, too.
I was going to say, you got to the fourth round of the U.S. Open. What will you kind of take going forward from this, and how can it help you, next year?
I mean, there's a lot of positives. I think, you know, definitely it's not fun to lose, you know, but I think it creates kind of that fire. I'm early in my career. I'm ready to go into the next tournament, you know, guns blazing. You know, I have a lot of things to work on, and I think that's a really good thing for where I'm at right now, that I'm doing so well with so much to improve.
You know what your next tournament you'll play is? Or?
Guadalajara.
The first game of the third set was really a long battle. I think you saved 4 or 5 break points, whatever. And then the chair umpire gave you a warning. Did that sort of throw you a little bit?
Not too much, but I was more confused on why I got it, because I felt like I was in my service motion, but no.
How did you feel taking a set off of Vondrousova? You're the first woman to have done so in this tournament. She hadn't dropped a set, nor had you going into the match.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know that going into it. My coach told me the same thing after. I mean, it's good. You know, she's a good player. She's been winning lately. She's been going deep in every tournament, and Wimbledon she won. So I think it just shows where I'm at right now.
What is it like playing a player like Marketa? I feel like she has so many tools, but she doesn't really give you that much. Like, it kind of looks like she's moving languidly, and all of a sudden she'll be like across the court in a flash. How is that to deal with?
Yeah, no, she's a crafty player. She can come up with a lot of shots, but you know, sometimes I would hit a really good shot, and I thought that's not coming back, and she would get a racket on it and just chip it in the court. I think I could have done a better job getting into the net and putting some pressure when she was on the run, and I didn't. I think that was also a cause of nerves, where I just kind of was deer in headlights a little bit, and then I was like, oh, okay, the ball's back. What do I do? But I mean, yeah, she's a great player, and there's a reason why she's winning. So,
how have you managed over the last, let's say 5 years, or probably even longer than that, given how competitive it is with junior tennis, to not be looking out and comparing yourself to people around you, people in your own age group? I imagine there must be a tendency to that, and you're probably looking at people and saying, well, I'm this age, she's younger, she's doing this well. And what have you done to sort of focus on your journey?
I kind of got caught up in that at one point in my career. I think a little bit, maybe 2 years ago or so, I was in college, and I was kind of like looking at what other girls were doing my age, and I was like, you know, they're making quarters of slams, and I'm here in college. But I think the biggest thing for me was everyone takes their own pathway in life, and I mean, look where I am now. I'm right where I wanted to be. Maybe, you know, there's always a reason why, and I think just need to trust the process and keep going down my own path.
Who helped you through that?
Myself.
Talked you off the cliff? It was just
Myself,
yourself?
yeah. I like to talk to myself a lot. If you haven't noticed on court.
So it was just, and was there anything that made you realize, well, okay, come on, just
No, not too much.
yourself?
I think it kind of affected my tennis a little bit, because I was so angsty on court, and I realized that I'm not going to get anywhere playing like that.
You said the other day that you have set new goals for yourself now. The top 50 is achieved, got a 4th round. So do you know what those new goals are going to be?
Yeah, I think I'm in the 40s now, so 44. Definitely 44. Yes, definitely need to make a new goal. I know I'm going maybe 4 or 5 more tournaments the rest of the year, So, I don't know, maybe let's say top 35. I think that's a good one.
Did you start playing at Riverside, or that was later when you went to Coach Roman?
Later on, yeah.
Okay.
You were among the last American women playing here with Coco, Maddie, and Jess. Does that kind of sink in, and do you kind of appreciate that you're in that category for this tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I appreciate being upheld to that level and being seen at that level. I think I deserve it. You know, I put in a lot of work, and I'm happy that people are starting to recognize that.
Will you hang around and watch Coco tomorrow, Maddie the next day?
I'll watch on TV. In all honesty, I don't watch tennis.
Really?
I never have. I've always wanted to go play.
It's a pretty good sport.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Some people like
I mean, I watch the scores online, of course, people I know, or I watch the match on TV, but I'm a very active person. Like, this isn't just tennis, like basketball, football, whatever. I can't sit still. Like, I get too, like, I want to go play basketball. I want to go throw a football. Like, just, that's how I've always been. Growing up, I didn't sit in front of a TV watching any sport. I would just go play it.
Does Vondrousova get any sort of advantage from being a left-hander, and how does that affect things out there on court?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different ball coming at you. You know, you have to readjust your positioning. My brother, he's a lefty, so he flew in yesterday to warm me up today. Thankfully, his college coach let him leave. So he warmed me up this morning. But yeah, I mean, you have to adjust for sure. You know, normally when you attack to a girl's backhand, it's now her forehand. So you kind of have to change your mindset a little bit. I don't think it's too tough if you don't think about it too much, but you just recognize it.
Has your brother ever done that before?
Sorry?
Your brother ever done that before, flown into a
Warm me
tournament
up?
to warm you up?
No.
Where does he play?
He plays at Ohio State.
Oh, right.
What's his first name?
Preston.
This is all still pretty new to you. Tour life, Grand Slam tournaments, all of that. What would you say has been the biggest difficulty you've encountered with this life so far, or maybe the biggest thing, the thing that surprised you the most about it?
I think the biggest thing for me right now is the adjusting. You know, I can't let, you know, the roof closing or my nerves kick in moments like this, and I think that's what the big name players do extremely well. They know what to do in certain moments. You know, starting from yesterday afternoon, the nerves kicked in and your body gets fatigued and you start overthinking and you can't focus on how you want to play. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, and I think I did a very good job of that the first 3 rounds, and then it just kicked in yesterday, and I have to find a way around that, or a way to fix it, or just accept it and move on. Kind of thing.
Is it just like, wow, I'm in the 4th round kind of nerves yesterday, or?
More so that I've always dreamt about this my whole life, so I mean, it kicks in.
Yeah.
Peyton, you're like the 5th player, I think, who's mentioned that they don't watch tennis ever. Do you know if that's a common thing? Like, on your college team, do people watch tennis, or are you unique that way?
Our guys team love watching tennis. When you'd go over to their place, you'd go on YouTube and it's just like tennis matches in their search history. So they loved watching it, but I don't know, just growing up, my family never quite turned on sports. I mean, my dad would turn on football to watch the Cincinnati Bengals every Sunday, and so watch them, of course. But no, I know, like, my coach, you know, he's like, oh, you know, such and such, this player.
You're like,
Like, no disrespect, I just didn't watch tennis. I don't know you. So, I mean, no disrespect at all, but I just didn't watch enough to know these older players, so.
it's hard to not name anybody.
Yeah.
When you left the court after the second set to change, what was just kind of getting refreshed and getting freed up there?
Yeah, I was trying to, you know, get myself back in a groove. I was drenched too, so I needed to change.
Yeah.
I don't like playing in wet socks, so it was kind of icky, and I wanted to change off court.
What did the crowd support mean to you to feel that kind of love on that stadium for the first time?
It was awesome. When they started chanting my name, that was pretty cool.
Was that back here?
I think, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel a connection with Ben Shelton?
Yeah.
Is it something that's developed? Is it from 2022?
Yeah, you know, like I just saw him in the hallway and, you know, we just chatted a little bit. I think it's a good thing, you know, we feed off of each other. We both won it the same year. It's pretty impressive to see what he's doing over on the men's tour and vice versa. So, I mean, we're not competing against each other, and we're both Americans, so I think we're both rooting for each other, which is pretty cool.